Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about Liz Cheney's loss, but how it's also not Trump's win. I'm recording this last night. The votes, they're being tallied. I'm watching the numbers come in. She's lost. And it's being kind of heralded as a blowout for the Trump side. And it would seem like it. I mean, Cheney's getting around a third of the votes. Now, keep in mind, it's not the final total, right? But she's pulling in about 33%. And sure, there were Democrats who crossed over to try to help. Let's say that's 3%. Okay? That's not really a win for the Trump side of things. I mean, it's a win in the primary, sure. You know what? Let's just bump it up. Let's just say it's only 1 in 4 Republicans. Let's just say out of that 33% or so that she captured, let's say 8% of them are Democrats who crossed over to help. It's not that high, but let's pretend that it is. That means 1 in 4 Republicans voted for the person who is openly and actively trying to put Trump in jail. I don't know that that's a win. What does that say about independents? Where are they at? I know that Trump world doesn't have much to celebrate right now, so they're going to latch onto this and they're really going to hammer it home. But when you really think about what happens outside of a primary, this isn't good news. This is pretty bad news for the Trump team. This is a very red place. And among that very red population, 1 out of 4 Republicans voted in favor of the person who's trying to put Trump behind bars. I don't know that I would take that as a win. If that is the read in a primary, the general feeling among the populace is going to be very, very different. It's a win for Team Trump in the sense of the primary. But if you're looking at that as a gauge of where Trump's popularity really sits, it's not good. It's actually really bad news for them. They're not going to see it that way. I mean, don't get me wrong. They won't see it that way until the general. But this certainly shows that even in very red areas, there are a whole lot of people who would side with the person trying to put Trump away than Trump, because that's what this was. This was a push by the Trumpist factions of the Republican Party to get her out. The other candidate doesn't matter. This is one of those moments where they tried to motivate people via negative voter turnout. People to vote against Cheney, not necessarily for anybody else. If in that location Cheney got even 1 out of 4, which is less than the totals, that's really bad news for Trump and company. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.